What is best way to avoid awkward silence in conversations? In college I had a professor that would play music quietly when we had to form groups with new people. This way when no one was talking it didn't feel like awkward silence. I would recommend this to anyone that has a group of people that are meeting for the first time. My bio professor does the same thing when he makes polls during online class. Only problem is that he plays the music out of his phone into his PC's mic, which means that when we hear it, it sounds more like a demon shrieking in agony to the tune of Bossa Nova. This is why we always have background music playing at parties. Any big plans for the weekend? The Old Barber Special. Thursday to Friday, any plans for the weekend? Saturday to Sunday, how's your weekend going? Monday to Tuesday, how was your weekend? Weird, fuck. Any big plans for the weekend? Nope. Look into the distance like you're a sailor contemplating something. And go home. This is what I do all the time. Not sure if you are serious or not, but I do this because I'm naturally caught up in my thoughts about some stupid shit and don't mind being in the company of someone. If a natural silence comes I will use it to reflect on the conversation we have just had or any mental tangents. But yes, very pensive pirate is my style. Ya harder teeter. If you do your ming and umming with the right tone and rhythm you might summon a shantyman. They are rare and to be treasured. My dad says well, time to say well again. I'm stealing this. Right gets up. Stare into their eyes without blinking, they'll quickly fill in any gaps in the conversation. Strong eye contact is key. As an introvert, I'm not even sure if you're being serious or not. If anything, they'll continue the conversation with dude, why are you staring at me like that? The trick I have learned as a lifelong introvert is that people love talking about themselves. For example, if they said they come from city X or country Y, you can ask them if they love living there and if yes, what do they prefer? If not, why not, or where would they prefer living? If you can find their passion, whether it's binge watching Netflix series, making tiny glass vases for their hamsters, or going to country music festivals, you'll be golden. Even if it's not something that you yourself find interesting, you can fake it by making appropriate comments and asking follow-up questions. How did you get into that? What's your favorite series/technique/artist? What's your next project? Remember, this is about learning about them, not coming up with the most savvy reply, so actually listen to what they say. Alternatively, an awkward silence can be a great point to cut the conversation short and leave, if that's what you want to do. The problem is people who don't love talking about themselves. People who do are already extroverted and likely won't have awkward silences. But when you meet someone who doesn't like talking about themselves, it's hard to find common ground. You're basically shooting in the dark to find common ground. Finally, a real answer. That's a nice coat. New shoes? Thanks, I got it at JCPenney. Actively listening to what the other person is saying and asking them questions is a good place to start. Treat them like an NPC with a dialogue wheel. Tell me more about cheese. I like cheese too, do you have any? I am done talking about cheese now, let's discuss something else. Pickpocket. Have tried applying this. But it's tiring if it's not reciprocated. There's only so many questions you can ask. I'm not good at this, so when things start to get quiet I find a reason to walk away. I can get past it with people I know well, but it's the only natural point to end a conversation on that's immediately obvious to me. You could try the UK version, slap your thigh and go well then. I do the same. Usually I say something like be right back, gotta use the restroom. When I come back, the conversation has continued or gotten a new subject and then I can join in again. So, nice weather isn't it? Yeah. Followed by more awkward silence. The weather was just like this the day my mother died. Stare at them directly in their eyes and slowly eat a banana. The silence is no longer the awkward part. Make it even more awkward. Tickle their belly. And you got to say tickle 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 in a voice an octave higher than your own. Just really drive the awkwardness in. Do dial old. Yell at the top of your lungs to assert dominance over the conversation. Try thousand noise if possible. I wish I could have gone with Ryan on that cool retreat. Jan has plastic boobs. I have hemorrhoids. Fart loudly. Loud farts causing awkward silences? Just fart more. It's an unbeatable strategy. It's not awkward silence if there is no silence. Do a Minecraft villager noise. That's how I met my wife. Embrace the silence and just be. Avoid all human interaction. Responded like a true Redditor. I'd prefer this one. So how was your day? Smiles. Notably this only works if you have 9 shins. Does this even help? Most people I interact with have nothing to say to this. I've gotten, the day has barely started or my day was alright. How was yours? And that's the extent of that. I'd like to narrate something. So, this is when me and a former classmate were talking after a long time. So I call her, we are talking, and trying to continue the conversation even if that means dragging it somewhat. In the silence falls and she says, well. Awkward silence haha. Now, a few months after, we are again on a call, and this silence happens again. This time I say awkward silence and she replies with not awkward, it's just silence. See, here's the thing, once you get acquainted with a person, once you have no inhibitions about talking to them about anything, once you can start talking to them like you talk with your brothers/gals, the silence won't be an awkward one. And this takes time to develop, this kind of a relationship. It might be easier with same-sex person and tougher with the other, but it'll happen. Just give it its sweet time. Hope this perception helps. Smile, good day. It's nice to sometimes enjoy someone else's presence without worrying about talking their head off and vice versa. Learn to enjoy it. It makes for a much more chill experience. Emo. It actually sometimes becomes more awkward if I try to fill the silence. Just let it be and wait until you naturally think of something to say, don't force it. Reply to this when you get an answer, I need it too. Do your best to scat loudly. Either the conversation will start up, or they'll leave, but it won't be silent with them anymore. I need it too. Making a joke about the person you are talking to. The best thing would be to judge their appearance. I was looking for serious answers, but upvoted because you made me chuckle. Singing. I have too many acquaintances that never stop talking. Those rare and ephemeral moments of silence are genuinely treasured and enjoyed. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.